Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today what I'm going to do is, if you watched my video yesterday, I made this and I'm just deciding on what to put here, what word. Um, I just can't, I just can't think of a word. So again, leave me a word down below if you have any suggestions. Um, hope, I think Emily gave me breathe because you know that's my word. So what I'm going to do by suggestion of my husband, when he saw this, he was like, oh, that's really cool. He goes, you know what would be cool is to make one with the black, white, and gray backgrounds and then her colorful, like, you know, the opposites. So that's what I'm going to do. If you just found me, the link will be down below for this video, and it will also be clickable at the end of this video, and you can watch it if you want to. I am going to do this on video today, the opposite. I might forward through some of the parts. I don't know yet. We'll see how long this is. A lot of you watched the video, which I did not think that you would because it was really long. It was like an hour, but we shall see. So all I did was I took another piece of the wood that's 9 by 12 and I'm ready for that, and I'm going to paint her first. So this was printed out on my inkjet printer. Now the other one was drawn on a piece of mixed media or watercolor paper and glued down. So I thought, well, okay, so I printed this out on my inkjet, and then what I did was took my Mod Podge paper, which I love this stuff, and then I did a quick coat, okay, so it won't smear. Now you can see, I'm going to show you little smudges here. You can see kind of where I, you know, used it because it smeared the littlest bit, but I did it and it's fine. It's not a lot. You still see what you got. And that's not a big deal. I'm going to cut her out. So you definitely can do this. Suggestion, I mean, this is printer paper. Suggestion is once you print it out, leave it sit for a few minutes. I like to do that. I don't know the science or if there's science. I'm going to pretend like I'm Kelly and I, the science girl, queen, guy. You know what I'm saying? I like to think when I print out on an inkjet printer, depending on which paper, sometimes I'll put watercolor paper in or cardstock, whatever. This is just regular cheap printer paper. I let it dry because once it prints, you know, it'll kind of sit on top, but it will soak in the paper a little bit better. So I just think it doesn't move as easily as if you just hurry up, print it out, and then put it on there because the ink's still wet. You know what I'm saying? And if you're using a thicker paper, you know, it has to go through more fiber to kind of get saturated in. That's just my belief. I don't know. That's what I do, and I do not have any issues. Okay, so now I am just going to take a color called Light Flush from Folk Art. You definitely can make your own skin color from, what is it? I think it's red, blue, and yellow. But you can make, you know, a cool skin tone. I am just going in and doing it like this. So I'm going to go in and paint her. I hope you guys are having a very good day. You can see I'm going to paint over the background just so it's, or background, her eyes and whatnot, just so it's kind of even. And I just take my finger if I go outside the lines and give it a smudge. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to make her, you know, warm. The other one was cool. And I'll make her warm because I want her to be colorful. But yeah, the weather is back up here and just health is struggling. And I know there's a lot of you that you guys have been writing me how bad your health has been. You know, so I'm sending you guys love, and, you know, I understand, believe me. And honestly, you know, I did the video yesterday of her, you know, the other one. And I did it and it was long and I was going to speed through it. And so many of you write me who are disabled, who do live alone. And, you know, I understand. I understand what that's like, and, or what it could be like. I mean, honestly, I don't live alone, but, you know, sometimes I wish I do. I did. But, you know, and I know you guys like putting me on, or putting, you know, YouTubers on in general, and listening to us talk while, you know, maybe you eat, or just to keep you company when you art, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I make my videos for people. And like I always say, if 5 people watch it, I'm happy. 1 person watches it, I'm happy, you know. So I'm glad that, you know, you guys enjoyed it, and a lot of you wrote me, and, you know, we're very, let me try this. We're very thankful that I did it. So I thought, okay, when Dave told me this, I wasn't going to do it on video. And then I thought, you know, I can do a regular one of my videos, you know, shorter or whatever, but why not sit and do another long one and just kind of talk, you know, because, you know, I can start talking about, you know, the weather and end up about a Big Mac, you know what I'm saying? Or a snail crawling across the road. I mean, I'm all over the place. So I thought, yeah. And then if one person watches it and enjoys it, then, and it maybe makes them feel a little less alone, or makes them a little happy, or I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I talk to myself all the time, so, you know, I always keep myself company. You know, so I don't have no issue with that. Okay, so you can see I got her skin tone on. She'll dry. It's going to be a little glary. And so I don't know which light is giving me glare. It might even be the one above me. So I don't think it's this one. But, oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that. And then I'm going to rinse my brush. I got another container over there. It's a big cashew, deluxe whole cashews. I think we got that from Dave's mother last year. And before they came, I cleaned out. I drive Dave nuts with the cabinet situation of me saving every plastic container there is in life. And he was like, could you please, every time I open it, like it all falls out. So clean it, please. So I kept only things with lids, but there's a few things I kept for me that didn't have lids. That I was like, oh, I could use that for water to paint with, or oh, I could use it for storage. So that's what I did. That's what I'm doing. All right. So her hair, I want it to be, what color? Let's start with, I obviously want my blues, because I do love my blues. I can't remember if I showed this in the beginning. Let me show you. I probably did. But you can see I have like blues and greens and some white and yellow and, you know, through there. So those are what I'm going to be using for her here. And then I will do the background that, if that makes sense. So I will start with light blue. Somebody wrote me yesterday and asked why I take the lids off. And I've been doing this for years and years and years and years. You can go back and watch my videos. I'm very silly. But I do it because if you've been with me for a while, you see I squirt out paint. And then I'm stuck with all this paint I don't use, right? Because for whatever reason, you don't need that much, too much squirted out, whatever it is. And so I always take from the cap. So I shake it real good, take the cap off, and then I'll paint from that. Otherwise, what I have to do is go in and scoop up the paint, scoop it back in there, and that's a pain in the butt. I love when people write me and say, you can get paint from Plaid. Why are you doing that? And it's like, you know, I don't care who gives me paint. I don't like wasting. I do not like wasting. I don't know. I think it's from back in the day. I could paint while I'm talking. I guess it's from back in the day when, well, I am still poor, but you know what I mean? When you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of maybe art supplies. So, you know, the last thing you want to do is use or, you know, waste your blue or a color that you use a lot just because you're throwing a lot of it away. Now, sometimes I'll do it onto different papers, backgrounds, you know, if it's not that much, but sometimes I squeeze way too much. And that is having RA and fibro. I don't know if I'm the only one out there, but sometimes you can't control. And I always put forth more effort to squeeze, knowing that it hurts and it's hard, and I just want it done. Do you know what I'm saying? Or that I don't have the strength to do it. So sometimes a lot comes out, you know. What are you going to do? Nothing you could do about that. It is what it is. So that's why years ago I started doing this out of the lids. And like I said, if you've been with me, you know that. But sometimes I will squeeze, and I'll squeeze it out. And then there's been times I scoop it up with my scrapey thing, whatever it's called. I want to say spatula, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now remember, I put that Mod Podge paper down. So I think I'm going to just touch this here. Now I'm going to take the darker one and kind of go as the outline. I want a little pink in here, but I might save it for just like some stripes, I guess. Kind of like Emily's hair. Have you guys seen Emily's hair? I'll put Emily's Instagram down below if you guys want to go check her out and see her. See how she's doing. She hasn't made videos in a while. She keeps saying that she's going to, but honestly, she's working a really cool job at the moment and dressing up every day and her hair and makeup. But yeah, so I know she'd appreciate it if you guys went over and said hi, because a lot of you do know who she is. Yeah, so if you have Instagram or YouTube even, I'll put her at the end of the video, but she's doing good. She got some of, for those who are aware, but she was having female issues, and so they put her on birth control now, and she's doing good. She's still having some issue, like some pain and that kind of thing, but not as bad, the cysts and all, and you know, it is helping her a bit. So I'm real happy. I'm real glad for that. She's working a lot and she loves it. So it's all you can ask for. You know, I just want her to be happy and have a nice life. Okay. And you see how I'm just kind of, just a little bit, kind of tracing that outside, but I go over it again with my brush. So it kind of, I might need to do the hair down there a little bit more, kind of blends, and then I'll just go back and kind of blend it in. Those edges just a little bit, and I can go in with a little bit more of the lighter color because I don't want it to be too much, but I want it to look, I don't know, we'll see how it goes here. Why Kelly does not talk while she paints? Because she can't think. But I don't care. I'm just going to do it today. See how it goes, how the painting goes. If I don't like her, I'll just reprint one out and do that. That's why I like to paint her first, the majority of her first, before and then leave her dry and cut her out and all that kind of stuff. So I can kind of see. Okay. Now, obviously, you know, I'll be cutting her out and we'll see, you know, how it goes. Now I'm going to just dip my brush in the tiniest bit and go in just a little bit of that dark and just blend this a little bit better. Oh gosh, we started watching, because Emily's not here. She hasn't been here in a couple weeks. I mean, she's here, but she works, and by the time she gets home and all, and you know, we're obsessed with murder shows, so that's what we like to watch. But Dave and I started watching, oh, what's it called? Oh crap. Shoot, Sharp Things? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. It's on HBO. Somebody down below, please, write what it's called. I think her name is Amy Adams in it. Adams? Yeah. Anyway, we watch it when she's working, but we watched 2 of them last night, and oh, I just said to him this morning, I'm like, well, she's off for the next couple days, so I said we're not gonna be able to watch our show because we already started it. She didn't want to watch it anyway, but who wants to sit through a show that, you know? And we have other stuff that we've saved, so that and Castle Rock, Dave and I are watching. Which, anybody watching Castle Rock? We are Stephen King freaks in this home. So yeah, I think it's called Sharper Things. Sticky Things. I don't know. I think it's Sharper Things. It's on HBO. That's all I know. So, okay. So I'm good with that. I can touch up, if I want to add a little bit more light or dark or what have you. Rinse my brush. Okay. So for now, I will put the lids back on, but see, none wasted. How do you like me now? So Dave and I, we've been going back and forth, gonna do our beginner keto video. But like I said, his family all of a sudden came up, and just I've been sick, and he's been. It just things have been crazy. So we are gonna do it still. So for those of you who have subscribed, thank you. We are gonna do it. We're gonna go full force. We're still doing it, and it's really become a lot easier in the sense of knowing what to eat, different recipes, playing around with different things. And I just want that, I don't need that all the way dry, but just because I'll put my hands in it. And then the dress. So I have some yellow, orange, green. So I'm going to start with a light color, which will be a yellow. And this is the same stuff I used yesterday, medium yellow. So yeah, so we're still gonna do it. We're gonna do it this week. I keep asking him, but it's the end of the month, and he's so busy, and he had to miss days when his family was here, which you know what was good because his parents are a little on the older side, and sometimes things just take priority, and I was just really glad that he got to spend time with them, and we had a nice time. And his sister and her wife came, but they stayed with a friend of theirs. So we saw them a little bit, but they didn't stay here. So it was just us and his family and Emily. And then Sonny came Sunday, I believe, or Saturday night. I can't recall. And, so yeah. It was very nice. Relaxing. It went fast, but like I said, I'm glad for him because they live in Pittsburgh and we're in New Jersey, and he just doesn't get to see them, and he doesn't go back there often because of money or time, and we all don't go back because we rescue. Well, we're down to our last rescue dogs, but I have the animals and all, and they're all weird. They don't like anybody, and I don't trust anybody to take care of my dogs or my cats. So, it's hard. It's hard. And traveling for me is not a fun thing, so I am so glad he got to see them. And they're in really good shape, and you wouldn't believe that they're in their later 70s, but they're doing good. They're doing better than me. I tell you what, we went to a like a park, Wharton State Park in New Jersey. What was it called? Not Bilbo. What was it called? Badstow or something like that. Anyway, I could only walk through half of it because it was hot and it was a lot. Like half of it was a lot. It was beautiful. And they were like just trudging, they were ahead of me and just doing their thing, enjoying their life. So I was like, good for them. You know, so that's always good to, good to see. All right, so do I want to put, I'm going to be outlining this, so I probably will just leave it like that. Maybe I'll cut it a little shorter. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to, I think I'm just going to do kind of like a dry brush, like my mixed media, like I did the background on this. I'm going to use some, I know I got orange. Where's my orange? Right in front of me, Cal. I'm going to use some orange. Oh. Okay, let's open you. Apparently I did not open this one yet. When I go to AC Moore and Michaels and them, I'm a clearance, and this was on clearance. I am a clearance person. I'm not even going to say the word I was going to say, in case there's kids around, but I enjoy clearance. So even if I have 12 of one color, if it's on clearance, I'm like, yes, please. Yes, please. I cannot get this open. So yeah, so. I can see my cat's like, oh, I'm going to jump on you now. Pull this out. Come on. Why do, okay, we're gonna go with that. Oh, okay. Push that back in there. I thought I used the orange yesterday. Who knows? Okay, so I'm going in. I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna just kind of do both sides, very light. And I'm not worrying, I know where the lines are to cut it out, but I just kind of want to see how, and I hold it up here so I don't have too much control, I guess. I just want, and I want it always, like I don't even, and you see how we're just doing that? Very, very easy. And then if you want a little bit more, you can, that's it. A little bit there. Okay. Then wash off your brush. And then dry it. Okay. But the only thing I'm going to do is, before I do anything else, I want to wipe this because it'll dry and I'll never get it open again. I'll have Dave open this, or Emily. Okay. We'll just put you there, and then that's the stuff that I would put on another piece of paper, right? Like to start another mixed media background. Just today, I just don't feel like it, and I'm just going to fold this in. Nobody's the wiser. Okay, next color. We need a green. A green. All right, so I have this green, and I have this green, and I have this green. This is called Spearmint Green, and it's Martha Stewart, and it's satin, which means it's not glossy and it's not matte. And it's usually like a multi-surface. I love satins. That's all I'm going to ploop out there. I'm going to go in and just touch it like that. Same kind of thing. And if you think you have too much, just kind of tap it off. And you can see sometimes I start from the outside just to kind of, And if you want a little bit more, you just put a little bit more. It's yours. You do whatever you want. Maybe you don't want to do it like this. Don't. Do it your way. Have it your way, just like McDonald's. Okay, so you can see kind of like that. And then I'm not even going to wet my brush again. I'm just going to kind of do this because there's not that much left on there. And going with another color. Let's do the green gold. This is one of my favorite colors. And this is almost empty. So I'm just like using the heck out of it because it's almost empty and it's just one of my favorites. I won't buy it again because it's expensive and but unless I have it see it on clearance, then I'll buy it. But I love it. That, and then there's another color I love. I don't think I have it sitting here. I have to look. But anyway, so I'm just kind of. And I don't care that I'm covering the, you can see like right there, I went a little over. So I'll wipe it, but really I can touch that up. It's not a big deal. I'm going over the circles. I'm not worrying about them. I just want this to be bright and pretty. Because I'm going to add, you know, I'm going to do a little bit of this. This is bright aqua green, which is kind of like that, isn't it? It's a little bluer. Just that little bit. I'm tapping in, and then just like that. Oh yeah. Now what I'm going to do, you know that I did not dry this. Did not let it dry. Did not dry this. So what I'll do now is dry it, and then once I have it on my background, I can go and put more color on it if I want, or mute it out, whatever I want to do. I really like all the color, so that's the whole point. You know, it's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm just drawing real quick. Now I'm going to take this and make sure it's clean and dry it because I don't want it wet. And I'm going to take a little bit of this and kind of like, let's see, no, that's not going to, yeah, no, it's kind of getting too green, which is okay. Not exactly what I wanted though, but that's okay. I'm going to go with it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Okay, so put you there, wipe you off, and let's work on the face. Have you guys been doing anything, you know, fun for the summer? Did you guys go on vacation? Did you guys have like family over or up, you know, that visited that you haven't had in a while, or grandkids, kids? I know a lot of kids are back at school already, which is kind of insane. We don't go back here till, well, I don't have any kids in school, but we go back the 6th, I think. My sister goes back and my nephew. So, you know, I can't believe how fast the summer went, and now it's already going to be, you know, holiday time coming. Crazy, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to use some, this is liquid pearls. You can see it's kind of shiny. I'm going to use this for her lips. And I'm going to just kind of squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nothing's going out. Okay, none of this for her lips then. All right. I got to stick a pin in there. And all right, so we'll just go with quinacridone magenta. And I'm going to shake her up because she's almost gone too. And I just want a small little brush. Come here. And a little bit. Okay. And then just paint it in. I can clean all that up with, you know, face color. I'm not worried about that. It happens sometimes. I'm not going to do the, I love that you guys love the acrylic paint tip to clean up, but I don't know if I'm going to do that on here because I don't know. I mean, it is fluid, so it will dry a little slower. All right, so I'm laying that in there just for the minute, but what I'm gonna do is rinse this off, dry it a little bit. Let's see if I can, without making too much of a mess. Yeah, see, it's already in there. So I'll just have to touch it up. It's not the end of the world. All right. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Today I want to learn, I want to go through a video and see if I want to make bubbles. I have something and I want to draw bubbles on it so it could be finished. It's been sitting here forever. So I got to find videos on bubbles, how to make them look, you know. So hopefully I can find one that I can understand, because it's not easy sometimes with the medication and stuff to understand things. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I can follow people or listen, and other times I just can't. I've realized it's really hard. Okay, so that'll be enough for that. Now, what I could have done, and maybe I should have, was went in with whatever I have left here and kind of just did little X's or something, just to pull, some of that in if you want to. All right. Again, this one's almost empty too. I'm just using them. So you guys know we're on the keto diet, or for those of you who don't know, we're on the keto diet. And yesterday, now we have like an Aldi's by us. I've never shopped at Aldi's, but we went when his family was here, and they have like pork ribs, and I haven't had ribs in so long. So I made keto. I made keto barbecue sauce, which granted it wasn't sweet. Wasn't that sweet, but it was good. It served its purpose. So we roasted them low and slow, and then Brussels sprouts, because they're really good for you to have, and roasted Brussels sprouts and broccoli. And oh my gosh, even people who hate Brussels sprouts, like when his family was here, and his mom's like, no, 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 no. And then she tasted them and she's like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe they taste so good. So, I'm going to do a video. One of us is going to do a video on how we make those, because they are so good and they're so good for you to have. And yes, we had that, and then the ribs yesterday with the keto barbecue sauce. So good. That, and Emily's obsessed with lava cake that I've been making. And I got like my own recipe. So these are things that I'm going to kind of do videos on if you guys are interested. I'm very excited. It's just like I said, it's been a little nutso. Okay, so I want to do the face. What do I want to use to draw the face on? I guess I'm going to use... Oh, maybe I have my... Where are you? So yeah, so those are something new that we've made that were delicious. So if you are a rib eater, some people aren't. You can also get what are they called? Beef ribs, right? All right, so this is a Bic market. These are permanent. These are fantastic if your kids are going back to school, or if you want some permanent markers, Sharpies or Bics or whatever. Number one, you can go to the arts and crafts store and get big packages of them and use a coupon. Also, you can go to your Target, Staples, Walmart, and they're having like wicked back to school sales. I always stock up at that time because I love permanent markers. And you might see my head. I feel bad if you do. All right, so I'm just going to go in and and this is the fine tip. So what I'm doing is sticking to the paper underneath. Now, you know, these are my odd girls. These are not symmetrical or anything like that. You'll know. They're just odd girls. So when you're doing your own, that's why the lips are off a little bit, because nobody's face is, you know, the same. My eyes are one's bigger than the other, I swear. A nostril or my lips. I don't know where my lips went as I'm getting a little bit older, but they're not on my face. And, you know, so I'm going to go in and just shear this up a little bit. So yeah, so if you are new to my channel and you want to subscribe, click that subscribe button down below and click the bell. All of you, click the bell so you can be notified when I upload. I'm going to start doing, once the people get their packages, I'm going to start doing giveaways for people who are subscribed and click that bell and all that fun goodness. But, what was I going to say? So yeah, so you can go and check these out. Now, I'm just going to dry this with my gun because it's liquidy, which is fine. I just don't want to put my arm in it, you know what I'm saying? I think what I'm going to do is finish her, cut her out, and then do a background, like do videos like that, I think. And then, you know, you can watch whatever video you want. And I'm going and I'm doing the eyelashes. Oh, I can't, like, October's coming and life, oh, just, I'm so excited. All the Halloween stores are opening. Just so excited. Oh, Cal, you need to go buy more markers, child. It's gonna make my eyelashes screwed up. Poop. No big deal. She's just odd. And I'm not gonna draw her. I'm not gonna draw her eyeballs in yet because I need to pick a different color. But what I'm gonna do is cut her out, and then I'll finish her up, and then, like I said, I'll do the background just so they're not extremely long videos. I think that's what I did last time too. Well, last time what I did was, which, like I said, I'll link everything. I did her in the black and white. I did her with water-soluble pencils and then sealed it with Mod Podge paper. So it wasn't transferable anymore. You know, so once I wet everything and did that, Mod Podge is magical. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this away. My kitten, my cat's over there looking like, oh, I'm gonna be jumping on you soon, Mom. That's all she likes to do, is lay on my art desk and drink my paint water, which I have no idea why. But she does. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here and just add that. And go up here. Now, I did the black line. I like it to be like, make it look a little bit more graphic, but once I glue it down, I can, you know, I can paint over it or whatever I want to do, or lighten it, you know. I'm not worried about it too much. I have to decide. I won't know till I have the background done. And what, you know what I mean? Because I want to pull that background in on this too, in a sense. So I don't know. We'll see. You know, you don't know until you do it. Okay. It's hard to cut like and move all the way up here so y'all can see, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I'll fix, like, I'll finish her hair probably once she's glued on and the background's done, so I can kind of get a better idea of what I want to do. All right. There than just this. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to do her eyes. We're going in with green. This is just the Faber-Castell Artist Pen in Permanent Green Olive. And just going in like that. So I can see. And then what I'm going to do is take a little piece of this and dab up a little bit of it before it dries. Yeah. And you see? So this is her so far. Like I said, I'm going to finish her hair and everything after. But I mean, look how cool the eyes. So coming along good. So that's all I'm going to do in this video. And then the next video will be doing the background and putting it on like, you know, like that kind of thing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know down below what you guys think. And, you know, what's going on, how you guys are doing, because I haven't really made videos in a while, and some of them were like made before, you know, maybe last week or, you know, what have you. So kind of excited to, you know, see how you guys are doing and everything. So please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy this and share me. I appreciate it so very much. And again, if you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button at the end of this video or down below, and then the notification bells. Please go check out Emily's Instagram and my Instagram's down below. And, you know, I just hope you all have a great day. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much. Progress, not perfection. We are just playing, having fun. And that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. And I love you guys so very much. And bye-bye.